Homeboy is done. Jimmy Allen's career is over.
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
Why didn't y'all tell me about this? So I think I'm late to the party, but we're here and we're dressed. And wow. Jimmy Allen is done. I'm going to break it down and explain why he's done. This is crazy.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm going to play this video we played last time in the previous broadcast because it ties into the story.
If you see a black person being very, very negative when they are, with other black people.
This is in all cases? I mean,
I want to say all. I don't want to say all and everything.
But you have to agree.
I'm saying that the act of sex is a political act. Do you see, just like every other
between
act.
people of blacks and whites.
Every act is a political act because when people relate, they are always relating on the basis of power. Do you see what I'm saying? Whether they are aware of that or not. You can never get away from that. And so even when people of different colors are relating, the question of power is brought into play. For example, the French, in terms of maintaining colonial domination in Africa, Arnold Toynbee has written about this, that they made it a policy. If the black man, you send him to the, the African who's in the colony, you give him a high school education and send him on to the university in Paris. He comes back and he says, all right, now I'm a Frenchman and I want to be free. I'm educated. I know as much as a colonizer. I want to be free. That you can cool him out by giving him a white woman. Do you see what I'm saying? And we see certain phenomena going on in the society today where black men who are married to white women are being given positions that black men who are not married to white women are not being given. Why? Because the white system perceives that is a safe individual. Why? Because it is not only compromised in bed, but he is psychologically compromised. I mean, anytime you get in bed with somebody, sex is a very profound human act. And it has extreme psychological implications that spread into your, what do you do in the area of economics? What do you do in the area of entertainment?
Why do you assume, though, that if a black man goes to bed with a white woman, he has to be assuming that she's superior? Or he has to
doesn't have to. She is superior.
Yeah, but he'd suppose in his relationship with her, does he have to feel that he's...
He doesn't have to. She is superior. A lot of you guys, you men, you all want proximity to whiteness, whether you want to admit it or not. Nothing wrong with it. I know you have a preference. Do your preference thing. They'll see other people who are in the same position as them doing stuff. They may be white. And then somebody who is in the same position as them who is black may do the same thing, thinking they're going to get the same outcome. It doesn't work out like that. So this is Media Takeout. They are late to the party, just like me. I don't feel so bad. This guy on the left, this is Jimmy Allen, country music singer. He was supposed to be the second coming. Well, this is what the headline is right now. Married black country music singer Jimmy Allen accused of assaulting pure white girl. The wife, who is on the right, has left.
What? What the fuck?
Pure, as in the person he allegedly raped was a virgin. So a Jane Doe, who was a day-to-day manager at Allen's former management company, Wide Open Music, alleged that the country singer had harassed and sexually abused her over 18 months from 2020 to 2022, and that she was fired after she complained. Well, the woman on the right, his wife, she married him while she was pregnant with their second child, and this was 2021. Jimmy Allen married his wife, Alexis Gale, on the right in 2021 after the couple had been dating for 2 years. So they met in 2019, started dating. 2021, they got married. At the time of their relationship, Allen had a son with a previous relationship, and Gale was pregnant with a second child. In April 2023, Allen stated through social media that he and Gale would be separating and that Gale was pregnant with the third one. So she's pregnant with the third one right now. This Jane Doe started getting harassed and abused in the middle of their courtship before they got married. So Jimmy Allen, he was rejected by The Voice twice. He had better luck auditioning for American Idol. He tried out for season 10 of the show and made it through after auditioning for the judges. Allen ended up making it into the top 41, and he's returned several times as a guest. He was sent home before the live shows during season 10 of American Idol, not before becoming friends with Scotty McCreery, who went on to win the season. So Jimmy, he was supposed to be the second coming. In 2021, he won the Country Music Association Award for New Artist of the Year. He was the second black artist to do so. The first was 2009 by Darius Rucker. So Jimmy Allen had a promising career, and then this stuff happens. Now, there's been people who said maybe this is a shakedown, but here's why I beg to differ. It's all about the optics. Because according to Jimmy, it was a consensual relationship with the Jane Doe. The Jane Doe says it was not consensual. Guess what? Yeah, you're done. Anytime you're involved with somebody, you say it was consensual, they say it was not, the court of public opinion is not going to believe you. Because of Me Too. Next would be the optics. So Jimmy, he has been selling his Nashville home amid the bad news and on the heels of divorce. Yes, the wife, the proximity to whiteness. She has filed for divorce. Yep.
And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey.
And people are saying it wasn't just any old white girl. The woman claiming that Jimmy assaulted her claimed that she was a virgin when Jimmy stole her innocence. This whole story, just that part of the story so far, he's done. His career is done. I mean, he might be able to do things as far as making music, but he's never going to be at the height that he's at now. It's just not going to happen. Yep. So he and his wife have put up their $2.5 million Nashville mansion. And Jimmy is also being sued. The Jane Doe, who was the day-to-day manager of his, is also suing him for, of course, damages. And it's crazy. So he's being sued for sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, sex trafficking, and emotional distress. So he's being accused of not just raping her, but holding her against her will. And the sex trafficking part, in my opinion, I mean, we'd have to see the lawsuit, but it would allude to the fact that basically he held her against her will and was trying to pass her on to other people. He denies all wrongdoing. The lawsuit alleges that this woman was raped March 2021 during a business trip to LA where Allen was filming an episode of American Idol, featured as a celebrity guest. So, wow. The wife leaving him, filing for divorce, the fact that a lot of companies have pulled ties as far as sponsorships, the fact that he's selling his house, the fact that he has admitted that and in his mind, it was a consensual relationship with the Jane Doe who's filing these charges. He's done. He's done. There's just no getting around this. And so the reason why we are discussing this is because when it comes to being in the public eye, if it's one person, two people in a relationship, whether it's one or two, people are watching. People are watching. And I personally don't believe in cheating. I think somebody or both people should leave the relationship and not allow that into their relationship, because it tends to make things extra messy once you start bringing other people into bedrooms. It just makes it extra messy. Like with Danae Jackson and Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson was allegedly recording sex tapes with other women and got his ex-wife, Danae Jackson, to study them in order to please him. But he was busy preaching to women on how to avoid men just like him. So people have looked at Danae as being a victim, but Danae stayed and she complied. You could say Derek is this, Derek is that. Danae stayed. She complied. She may have been brainwashed. She may have been manipulated. All those things may be true, but Danae stayed through the scandal. Whatever reason she stayed, she stayed. She complied. She was by his side. And that's the reason why Derek Jackson is still going to have a career. He's still going to be able to sell books and sell content, because when he was going through his scandal, his wife stood by his side. Jimmy Allen, no sir. Jimmy's done. His wife has left him, filed for divorce. Anytime you see a politician, anytime there's a public figure in some type of scandal, they always have the wife or husband by their side while they face the music. And the fact that Jimmy doesn't have the wife by his side while he faces the music, it's not gonna go well for him. Matter of fact, it's gonna go really, really poorly for him, unfortunately. And it's not really much you can do, because it could be a he say, she say thing. He could pay off the Jane Doe, could move on with his career, but the fact that the wife left him, that's it. That's it.
Oh my God!
Yeah, the fact that the wife left, that's usually a sign that the allegations are true. Yep. And he's been, Jimmy Allen has been suspended. By the UTA. You know, having been represented by the UTA in all areas, he's lost that. His publicist at Full Coverage Communications has terminated business with him. People are jumping ship. Allen admitted to a sexual relationship with the woman, but claims it was consensual. Well, here's the thing. Not only are you a public figure, but you're in country music, and they're known for being clean. So the woman is alleging that all this took place from 2020 to 2022. You got with your wife and married her 2021. So that means the entire time you were married, you were dealing with this woman. The entire time you were dealing with this woman, this Jane Doe. It's just not a good look. And there's a lot of men and women that will do stuff like this, and they will rationalize it, justify it. They'll do a whole lot of stuff because it's almost like there's a scratch that they can't itch.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Yeah, it's a scratch they can't itch, and that's the reason why people will do this and risk everything. So he's been sued, and so the alleging is that she was manipulated and groomed by the singer into an abusive sexual relationship while she worked on his management team. He's called the allegations deeply troubling and hurtful and said they were false and extremely damaging. Yeah, they're damaging. Plus, your wife left you and she's filed for divorce and she's pregnant. And you have admitted that this situationship that you had going on took place before you got married and during your marriage. So you had chances to pump the brakes and chose not to. You had chance to not marry the wife, dump her, and actually date this person and chose not to. Yeah, so he's been put on suspension by his label, BBR Music Group. And he's been dropped from the CMA Fest in Nashville that's going on June, which is in a couple of days. Or at least June will be in a couple of days. And he's been dropped by a whole bunch of things. So he was dropped as the commencement speaker for the Delaware State University's 2023 graduation. The list goes on and on and on. There's no bouncing back from that. And it all is because of the optics. That's why, me personally, I don't believe in cheating. I don't believe in doing anybody wrong, because one of the worst things that can happen to a person in their professional career is a significant other or someone from the past coming out of nowhere with allegations. We see it a lot. We see it often, and it's usually because people have a scratch they can't itch. Yep, they got a scratch they can't itch. And apparently Jimmy was the same way. I wouldn't be surprised if other victims come out the woodwork and they form together like Voltron. That's usually what happens in situations. You got a guy who's a high value man. A lot of people want him or wanted him. Don't care that he's married. And while not caring that he's married, they want a piece. Oh, you can stay with your wife. I'm not trying to break y'all up. Let me be just a friend. So now he's got these friends. He's got these professional contacts. Like the Jane Doe was a professional contact. And it's a lot of, the wife more than likely was seeing a lot of boundaries that weren't healthy. Saw a lot of signs and symbols and red flags. She chose to ignore it until it couldn't be ignored anymore. And that's usually what happens in situations like this, where you have someone who's involved with somebody or they're married. Same thing, but whether they're dating someone or they're married, they have stuff on the side. And usually what happens is the stuff on the side becomes regular. He or she gets used to it. And then it no longer wants to stay in the box. Jack no longer wants to stay in the box. And that's when someone has to go to their significant other and say, hey, I have this problem. And that's when somebody has to make a choice. And historically, it's the significant other or the spouse who chooses to stand beside their significant other while they deal with these friends and deal with these professional contacts. So this is the measurement box. It's your first time seeing it. It's just kind of how we determine why somebody would mess with someone or stay with them, even signs of trouble in paradise. And so Jimmy, the reason why he was sought after, and the reason why, I'm not gonna say sought after, the reason why he was able to influence and abuse someone for 2 years, even after he had got married and became famous, was because a lot of men and women viewed him as being high value. And because he was a black country music singer and he was successful, he was an anomaly. There wasn't a lot of him, not a lot of people who are country music singers who were black, and even a fewer of them that have accolades like he does. He was high quality. And he was helping people. People liked him. He made a lot of promises that he kept, including marrying his wife. He was viewed as high promise and high payout. So he was good. Because if you notice in the complaint by the Jane Doe, she says herself that she came forward with the allegation against the country singer when she was fired after she complained. So I'm going to say this much. Okay, this is just my opinion, but we'll just say the relationship or the situationship was cool until she got fired. Then it was no longer cool, and now all of this value, quality, payout, and promise, even to someone on the side, goes out the window because she feels like she was discarded and thrown away. And now she's pissed because she believes that Jimmy owes her. And usually that's the reason why people file lawsuits and come forward with their situation. I'm not saying that she was not abused or not raped. And if she was a victim, she has the right to come forward and tell her story and seek justice. It's just that, unfortunately, sometimes someone who's a quote unquote victim, they will pick and choose when they want to come out with their victimhood, when they feel like someone has wronged them, and now they're walking away, now they're throwing them away. So even though Jimmy more than likely did these things, in my opinion, and of course all these things are alleged, and it's high probable that there's some guilt there because the wife has left him and divorced him, he's selling the home, and he's admitted to a consensual relationship with this person, basically cheating on his wife. To me, those are like 3 signs right there. But the fact this woman, this Jane Doe, is coming forward after she feels like she's been discarded, after she was fired, she more than likely was trying to shake down the singer and was getting money from him. And then now she's sensing the money well is going to dry up and now she wants to be gone. And that's probably why she's coming forward with her story. And unfortunately, in this day and age, that type of stuff can happen all the time. It can happen all the time. Despite the variables, despite the timeline, she can come forward with a Me Too situation and she probably get a payday.
Emotional damage.
So, yeah. This is a bad situation. It's developing. This is why I say, anyone you're involved with, got to make sure everything's on the up and up. Make sure everybody's good. Don't have anybody on the side. Be thinking to yourself, is the side person, is the side situation, is it worth it? Is the professional contact worth it? Because in Jimmy's mind, it's not worth it. And he's probably going to end up paying for it. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Thumbs up the video, share to your social media, subscribe, click the notification bell. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Go forth, do great things, and I'm out. Peace.